I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions when it came to the new 8th anniversary Orvale. Now, the reaction isn't coming really from Orvale being the unit, it's more so what Orvale is doing. Which, what exactly is he doing? Well, he has the super equip mechanic, but this time it's tied to this Orvale super art, which this super equip gives everybody 20 art gauge every 6 seconds. He's able to give defense ignore and buff up everybody's stats. He's ramping up his own attack with the art, and then with the regular skill, he's just buffing up his art gauge. However, this right here is where the complaints start coming. Not really from the super art, only turning your equip into Super EX Grand Verge, but mainly the rest of the kit here. Compared to the other anniversary units, we had a lot of standout units here. Star God Lisa absolutely changed the entire game, offering equipment CT, being able to recast certain equips, buffing up magic damage to Kingdom Come. Fast forward a bit, we get a character like Holy Knight Roy. Holy Knight Roy is literally the best character with any physical attacker in this game. If anybody does physical damage, they're going to want Holy Knight Roy on their team. He reduces physical res by a ton. He has the ability to give everybody 200 art gauge with his Phantom Bullet. He's buffing up Archgen and physical damage on the super art. There's just so much this character does. And then you look at the new Orvale and you're like, well, is it really on the same level? And to an extent, I will say, I think they are on the same level if you factor in Orvale's passives. Orvale being able to give himself up to 320% damage up if he's on a mono light team is pretty disgusting. Now here's the damage calculator here. We're gonna say he can crit because maybe he has a letter bag or something else on the team. If we calculate that, he's hitting for a total of 6,499,418 damage. Of course, it's not the highest amount of damage that we've ever seen, but it's still pretty freaking nasty. But outside of that team, if he's not on it, well, that damage buff quickly falls off, and the only thing he has is the attack buff, meaning that he's hitting for only 1.5 million. So we get an anniversary unit that isn't as much of a force as Holy Knight Roy, as Star God Lisa. These characters that can be used literally in every single team comp, in every single part of the game. And we get a character that is really only usable in light damage comps, or I guess in fire damage comps because of his other passive, which is pretty strange because this character definitely has a lot of love and care put into them. I mean, if you watch his animations, everything is referencing his old versions. But at the same time, he still feels a bit weak. This is the biggest concern to me though, or the biggest red flag when it comes to this unit, is this true art. Buffing everybody's stats by 30% and giving everyone defense ignore. I feel like this true art could have had a bit more with it, like giving himself maybe a physical equipment CT buff, maybe saying that he will reduce his own equipped CTs by half, or something else. Because on face value, this true art just feels a bit lackluster. And the more and more I look at this unit and the more and more I kind of like break him down, I feel like he's going to be a character that is one of the only anniversary units that isn't a must summon, surprisingly. Don't get me wrong, the super equip giving everyone 20 art gauge is insanely strong. And I'm just gonna safely say this is more than likely the fastest arts per second equip we have in the entire game. But something about this unit, man, just feels like he's missing something. It could be the ramping attack on the art. Maybe he could also have damage up on top of that to just help him more. Maybe he could have super crit instead of just defense ignore. I mean, there's a lot with this character that I think would have been just overall better. But one thing's for sure though is this guy's going to be an absolute formidable force when it comes to using him as more of this like Archgen support character, and also kind of like this sub attacker role. He may not be the main damage dealer on the team, but that's fine. As long as you're able to supply him with some equip CT and stuff, he's going to be able to Archgen for everyone, and you're going to be able to keep him topped up on his arts as well. So you're going to be able to constantly utilize probably majority of his kit like it's nothing. But hey, you guys let me know. Do you think this Orvale is worthy of being an anniversary character, or do you think that the kit is just a little bit bad? Like I said before, I think Orvale is an amazing choice as an anniversary unit, but the kit just seemed a bit lackluster. I think they could have did a bit more here. I think they played it a little too safe. I still love him. I'm still going to summon for this guy when he comes out to global. Definitely maybe one of the weaker anniversary releases we've gotten within the last few anniversaries. But hey, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all for hanging out. If you didn't see yesterday's video, please check it out. Great content. Guarantee you love it. Oh, and one more thing before you leave, don't forget to drink water.